Testing one. You hear? You hear? Testing one. I don't hear nothing on my phone.
Check one.
I'm asking. Yeah, I don't hear nothing. There it is. There it is.
All right. So we're going to get into this topic, the Antichrist kingdom, how it comes about and how it works. Anybody know anything about the Antichrist or anti-Messiah? He's going to deceive the whole world? How you think he's going to accomplish that? I like that. False peace. So we to see through this book, not today, but through the book, there is 18 major Antichrist pictures or figures that show you how the Antichrist is, his character, how he works. So we're going to go into one today that really, he embodies the anti more than anybody else. So he, out of all 18 of the major ones, he embodies him more than anybody else. So I had a question for y'all. When leaders or people who are very popular get caught in scandals and things of this nature, why do the people still follow them? Let's take, for instance, T.D. Jakes or anybody or whatever, one of these type of people. Why is it when they get in trouble and everybody know about it, but the people still rally behind them? Say that one more time. Right. I like that. So let's say, for instance, it was a certain Hebrew Israelite person, right, that was brought out by his people for having some homosexual type of tendencies. The people raised like $100,000 for him. Why? Why didn't the people run and get away from that group? Say it loud. Whenever y'all answer, I want y'all to say it with confidence. It says emotions and feelings. We're going to see that this stuff like this is what's going to get a lot of people thrown into the lake of fire. because you still refuse to see what is right there in front of your face, right in front of your eyes. Was any of y'all's true prophets or anybody that was true in the scriptures, were they well liked? Why not? Why wasn't Moses really, really popular with the people? So when you do what's right, what does that mean for you? You won't be liked. I want y'all to really, really hold on to this. Because when you do that which is right, it makes you unpopular. It makes people turn against you. The majority of the world is just like what we're talking about right now. So let's get our first scripture. Let's get Ecclesiastes chapter 1, verse 9. Ecclesiastes chapter 1 and verse 9.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 1, verse 9. The thing that have been, it is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done. And there is no...
Go ahead.
And there is no new thing under the sun.
He said there is nothing new under the sun. Anybody know what he's saying right here? So everything that you see happening, whether y'all say, oh, this is something new, it's never been done, he's saying that what you seeing now has already what? It's already been done. Everything, no matter what it is that you come up with, you say, well, they didn't have computers back then. What is it that a computer does? It processes information. They've been processing information. He let you know that there's nothing new under the sun. So if there's nothing new under the sun, if you know the past, what should you know? You should know the future, right? Because that's what he's telling you. Everything that already took place is the same things that's coming back. The more things change, the more it's nothing new. So again, if you get this understanding, you'll know that all things have been done. Romans 15:4 says the things that are written aforetimes were written for our learning. So all of these different stories in here is directly written so you won't be lost when the thing comes into your face. You should know about it. So again, if you study the past, you should understand the future. Let's see the future. Let's get Daniel chapter 8 and verse 25. Daniel chapter 8 and verse 25.
The book of Daniel, chapter 8, verse 25. And though his policy also shall cause craft to prosper in his hand, and he shall magnify himself in his heart.
He's going to do what?
He's going to magnify himself in his heart.
He's going to be a very proud man. Read.
And by peace shall destroy many.
And by what?
And by peace shall destroy many.
It says, and by peace he shall destroy many. How do you destroy somebody with peace? This sound like there's what? He says he's going to destroy with peace. How do you do that? Absolutely, you use deception. But this don't even seem to fit. Absolutely. So it says that he's going to destroy the people with peace. Where's the first place that we can see somebody destroy somebody using peace? In the beginning, where at? Genesis 3:1. Let's go there. So far, y'all are sharp.
The book of Genesis, chapter 3, verse 1. Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field which Yahuwah Elohim had made.
What is the serpent's purpose of coming into the garden for Adam and Eve? What is he trying to do to them? He's trying to do what to them? He's trying to kill them. But does he have a sword? Does he have a AK-47? Does he have anything in his hand, a weapon? Is he speaking mean? Read.
And he said unto the woman, Yea, hath Elohim said, You shall not eat of every tree of the garden? And the woman said unto the serpent, We may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden, but of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, Elohim hath said, You shall not eat of it, neither shall you touch it, lest you die.
Lest you do what?
Lest you die.
So Yah made it clear and concise. Right in the beginning, he told him, if you eat, the day you eat from this tree, you are going to die. He didn't put it in a parable, no nothing. He gave it straightforward. If you eat from this tree, you are going to die. Right? Read.
And the serpent said unto the woman, You shall not surely die.
You shall what?
You shall not surely die. For Elohim doth know in the day that ye eat of thereof, then your eyes shall be opened, and ye shall be like Elohim.
You shall be what?
You shall be like Elohim, knowing good and evil.
Knowing what?
Knowing good and evil.
Read.
And when the woman saw that the tree was good for food.
It was what?
It was good for food, and that it was pleasant to the eyes.
It was what?
It was pleasant to the eyes.
So the tree don't look evil, but it has good and evil in it. And if you eat from it, it will do what to you? It'll kill you, right? So it says, and the tree was beautiful to the eyes, pleasant to look at. Read.
And a tree to be desired to make one wise.
To make one what?
To make one wise.
To make one wise. So what's the selling point of eating from the tree? What will it cause you to have? Wisdom, right? If you eat from this tree, it'll cause you to have wisdom. So he came in there in a peaceable manner, and what he's offering, if you eat from this tree, it'll make you what again? Wise. It'll make you wise. So I want y'all to remember these two elements, peace and wisdom, right? Keep these in your mind, peace and wisdom. He came in a peaceful manner, and then he offered wisdom. If you eat from this tree, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding would come from eating of this tree. One more time. Came in peace, offering wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. But guess what? It's two kinds of wisdom. What's the two kind of wisdoms, is it? Definitely that, but absolutely. So it's two types of wisdom. Which one is Eve going after right now? She's going after the other one. The one that you should be actually going away from. Keep all this in mind. Let's get Romans chapter 1, verse 21 and 22.
The
And
book of
hold on. What's the opposite of wisdom? Somebody said it? Foolishness. The opposite of wisdom is foolishness, or to become a fool. Romans 1 and 21.
The book of Romans, chapter 1, verse 21. Because that when they knew Yahuwah,
When they what?
when they knew Yahuwah,
When they knew Yah, read.
they esteemed him not as Elohim, neither were they thankful, but became vain in their imaginations.
And what?
They became vain in their imaginations.
When they thought about eating from the tree, Eve started picturing herself in a way with wisdom. It says they became vain in their imagination. Read.
And their foolish heart was darkened. Professing themselves to be wise, they became fools.
They became what?
Became fools.
Professing themselves to be wise, they became fools. So they threw away Yah's perfect wisdom and went after the earthly, the sensual, fake wisdom. I'm just building the foundation right quick. James chapter 3, verse 13. James chapter 3 and verse 13.
The book of James, chapter 3, verse 13. Who is a wise man?
Who is what?
Who is a wise man?
Who is a wise man? Read.
And endued with knowledge among you. Let him shew out of a good conversation his works with meekness of wisdom.
With what?
With meekness of wisdom.
So this wisdom is supposed to come with a meekness, a humbleness to it. Read.
But if ye have bitter envying and strife in your hearts, esteem not, and lie not against the truth. The wisdom descendeth not from above, but is earthly.
But is what is it?
But is earthly.
So again, it's two types of wisdom. You have Yah's wisdom, which is from above, and then you have the earthly wisdom. Read.
But is earthly, sensual, devilish.
What is it?
Sensual, devilish.
Devilish. Read.
For where envying and strife is, there is confusion and every evil work. But the wisdom that is from above is first pure, then peaceable, gentle, and easy to be entreated, full of mercy and good fruits, without partiality.
Without what?
Without partiality.
Without partiality. What does partiality mean? He says that this wisdom is without partiality. What does partiality mean? Without partiality.
Favoritism.
Without what? Without favoritism. Without taking sides. So what if a person that you like and a person that you don't like do the same crime, but you are the quote-unquote judge? Should you give them the same time, or do you do a favor for the one that you like and let the other one off? If you do this, what are you? You in the partiality, which means your wisdom is not from where? It's not from Yah. But this is why that you allow different people to get away with different things without holding them accountable, because you are partial in your judgment, and you do things off of, well, I like this person and I don't like this one. That's going to get you in a lot of trouble, because you are going against Yah's way. He says you don't supposed to be partial in your judgment, but it's all tied into wisdom. Read on.
And without hypocrisy. And the fruit of righteousness is sown in peace of them that make peace.
So again, now it goes back to that same word again, which is peace. This is what I told y'all in the beginning. He came with peace. Then he offered wisdom of knowing something. So here we got it, wisdom and peace right here. But there's a false peace, just like there's a false wisdom. So I want you to keep this in mind. False wisdom and there's a false peace. 1 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 19.
The book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 3, verse 19. For the wisdom of this world is foolishness.
Is what?
The wisdom of this world is foolishness with Yahuwah. For it is written, He taketh the wise in their own craftiness.
He do what?
He taketh the wise in their own craftiness.
He takes the wise in their own craftiness. Now, out of the whole Bible, who is the person that's known for wisdom? Who is it again? Solomon. What does Solomon's name mean? What is it? What did he say that they was going to destroy the people with? Through peace. So here we have his name means peaceable one. And he is known for wisdom. I want y'all to keep this in mind. He is known for wisdom and his name means peace. Revelation chapter 13, verse 17.
The book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 17. And that no man might buy or sell, save that he had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Here is wisdom.
Here is what?
Here is wisdom.
I want you to notice. He wants you to focus. In order to understand what's about to take place, you have to have something. He says, here is what?
Wisdom.
Here is wisdom. In order to understand this, he's letting you know that you need wisdom. Now, what is wisdom and how does one get it? What is wisdom? Let's go with that first. What is wisdom? Yeah. Let's see. Hold what you got. Let's get Job chapter 28, verse 28. We let the Bible interpret the Bible.
The book of
no outside sources, strictly the book. It interprets itself. Job 28 and 28. Go ahead.
The book of Job 28, 28. And unto the man he said, Behold, the fear of Yahuwah, that is wisdom.
What is it again?
The fear of Yahuwah, that is wisdom.
The fear of Yah is wisdom. If you got a healthy fear of Yah, what are you? You are wise. Was Eve, did she have fear of Yah when she went and did what she did? No, she didn't. Because if she did, she wouldn't have done it. So it says the fear of him is wisdom. Read on.
Behold, the fear of Yahuwah, that is wisdom, and to depart from evil is understanding.
And to do what?
To depart from evil is understanding.
So if you depart from evil, you have what?
Understanding.
You have understanding. So the fear of Yah is wisdom, and to depart from evil is understanding. Did they depart the evil or did they go to the evil? Why would you go to the evil? What would make you go to something that's evil? What would make somebody in their right mind go to something that is evil? No understanding, but what if it don't look evil? Remember it said that the tree was what to the eyes? It was pleasant to the eyes. So since it was pleasant to the eyes, when we think of something evil, what normally comes to mind? Something big and ugly with teeth and claws and loud, right? But it's showing you, don't be fooled. If you are fooled by this, you're going to be easily got. You're going to be easily tricked and deceived. So it say that the fear of Yah is wisdom, and to depart from evil is understanding. So why would somebody walk to it? Because the evil don't look evil. Revelation 13:18 again.
The book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 18. I'm sorry. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding.
Have what?
Let him that hath understanding.
How do you get understanding one more time?
Depart evil.
By departing from what?
Evil.
From evil. So here it is again. It says, here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding. The only way according to Yah to have understanding is if you depart from evil. Right? If you're engaged in evil, then you don't have understanding. Keep this in mind. I'm not saying this. The book is saying this. Read.
Here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man.
It is the number of what?
It is the number of a man.
So people will tell you that this is the Antichrist is not a man, that it is a system. But this says what?
It is the number of a man.
It is the number of a man. What is this man's number?
And his number is 600, 666.
603 score and 6, a.k.a. 666. It's 3 sixes. So anybody that really, really studies the Bible know how to study the Bible. We have something that's called the law of first mention. Where do we first see 666 at in the Bible? Nope, it's not Daniel. With who? With Solomon. This is where the sixes first show up at, is with Solomon. Read that one more time.
Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 600, 666.
666 again. So when Solomon was a child, what did he ask for when Yah came to him and asked him, what did he want? What did he ask for? Why did he want wisdom? So he can make what? So it directly says, so he could discern between good and evil, right? So, and we know that Yah gave it to him because this is what he asked for. So we know that Solomon's name means peace. He has wisdom and he has understanding. And we're going to see again that the first time that the 666 shows up in the scriptures, it is in conjunction with him. So it said it's the number of a man. Let's get Deuteronomy chapter 17, verse 15. Remember, it says that the fear of Yah is wisdom, and depart from evil is understanding. Deuteronomy chapter 17 and verse 15.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 17, verse 15. Thou shalt in any wise set him king over thee, whom Yahuwah thy Elohim shall choose. One from among thy brethren shalt thou set king over thee. Thou mayest not set a stranger over thee, which is not thy brother.
Read on.
But he shall not multiply horses to himself.
He shall what?
He shall not multiply horses to himself.
So Yah commands any king in Israel that he cannot do what?
Multiply horses to himself.
He shall not multiply horses to himself. Is this plain and clear and easy? Right? Don't multiply horses to yourself. Read.
Nor cause the people to return to Egypt.
To do what?
To return to Egypt.
Don't make the people return to Egypt. Read.
To the end that he should multiply horses, for as much as Yahuwah hath said unto thee, ye shall henceforth return no more that way.
Read.
Neither shall he multiply wives to himself.
Neither shall he do what?
Neither shall he multiply wives to himself.
So he's not supposed to multiply wives to himself. He's not supposed to go back to Egypt and get horses and multiply horses to himself. And he's not supposed to multiply wives to himself. Is these two things clear?
Yeah.
Read.
That his heart turn not away.
That is what?
That his heart turn not away.
So he's saying if you do this, it's going to turn your heart from me. Read.
Neither shall he greatly multiply to himself silver and gold.
So you're not supposed to multiply to yourself silver and gold. Don't get horses. Don't multiply horses. Don't multiply wives. And don't multiply silver and gold to yourself. Read.
And it shall be, when he sitteth upon the throne of his kingdom, that he shall write him a copy of this law in a book out of that which is before the priests, the Levites.
So to make sure the king understood what he was getting into, every king was supposed to write down the law. Not just read it, they were supposed to write it. So when you write it, you're going to get what? You're going to get even more understanding. So he's making no way that you can mess up this. Again, this is very crystal clear. The fear of Yah is the beginning of wisdom. And to depart from evil is what? Understanding. All right? Let's get 1 Kings chapter 10 and verse 8. Matter of fact, pick it up at verse 1.
This is the book of 1 Kings chapter 10 and verse 1. And when the queen of Sheba heard of the fame of Solomon concerning the name of Yahuwah, she came to prove him with hard questions.
With what kind of questions?
With hard questions.
Read.
And she came to Jerusalem with a very great train, with camels that bear spices, and very much gold, and precious stones. And when she was come to Solomon,
I want y'all to remember the spices and precious stones. Read.
And when she was come to Solomon, she communed with him of all that was in her heart. And Solomon told her all of her questions. There was not anything hid from the king which he told her not. And when the queen of Sheba had seen all Solomon's wisdom, and the house that he had built, and the meat of his table, and the sitting of his servants, and the attendance of his ministers, and their apparel, and his cupbearers, and his ascent by which he went up to the house of Yahuwah, there was no more spirit in her.
There was what?
There was no more spirit in her.
So this is a queen who is accustomed to royalty. When she is seeing what Solomon has amassed, it is breathtaking to her. This is not a regular peasant woman. This is somebody that's accustomed to nice things. When she is looking at this, her breath goes out of her. This is where it says it was breathtaking. What she's seeing from him. Read.
And she said unto the king, it was a true report that I heard in my own land of thy acts and of thy wisdom. Howbeit I believed not the words until I came, and mine eyes had seen it. And behold, the half was not told to me. Thy wisdom and prosperity exceedeth the fame which I heard. Happy are thy men, happy are these thy servants, which stand continually before thee, and that hear thy wisdom. Increased be Yahuwah thy Elohim, which delighteth in thee, to set thee on the throne of Israel, because Yahuwah loved Israel forever.
How long?
Forever.
Read. What verse you at?
9.
Read on.
Therefore he made thee king to do judgment and justice.
To do what?
To do judgment and justice.
To do judgment and justice. Read.
And she gave the king 120 talents of gold, and of spices very great store, and precious stones. There came to be no more such abundance of spices as these which the queen of Sheba gave to King Solomon.
So far, what we read through this Kings, has Solomon sinned or anything right here? No. He haven't sinned right through here. Everything is good. I want you to keep this in mind. It's the Queen of Sheba talking about him. He's so wise, and she gave him this and all of these spices and precious stones and things. Read.
And the navy also of Hiram, that brought gold from Ophir, brought in from Ophir great plenty of almug trees and precious stones. And the king made of the almug trees pillars for the house of Yahuwah, and for the king's house, harps also and psalteries for singers. There came no such almug trees, nor were there seen unto this day. And King Solomon gave unto the queen of Sheba all her desire, whatever she asked, besides that which Solomon gave to her of his royal bounty. So she turned and went to her own country, she and her servants. Now the weight of gold that came to Solomon in 1 year was 636 talents of gold.
Where did we hear this number at? Revelation 13, right? This is the number of a man. Law of first mention. This is the first time 666 is mentioned in the scripture. Now, I asked y'all before, did Solomon sin in any of these passages before? The answer is a no. But let's see the change. Read.
Beside that, he had of the...
No, go back to the verse 14.
Okay. Now the weight of gold that came to Solomon in 1 year was 636 talents of gold. Besides that, he had of the merchantmen, and of the traffic of the spice merchants, and of all the kings of Arabia, and of the growers of the country. Now, and King Solomon made 200 targets of beaten gold. 600 shekels of gold went to one target. And he made 300 shields of beaten gold. 3 pounds of gold went to one shield, and the king put them in the house.
3 pounds of gold went to what?
Went to one shield.
So what is this sounding like now? I want you to just see the gradual switch in attitude. Before it was about what he was doing, somebody else was talking about him. Now it's telling you all of what he himself is doing. He's got so much gold, he making gold shields and things of this nature. Read.
And he made 300 shields of beaten gold. 3 pounds of gold went to one shield. And the king put them in the house of the forest of Lebanon. Moreover, the king made a great throne of ivory and overlaid it with the best gold. The king had 600. The throne had 600 steps, and the top of the throne was round behind, and there were stays on either side of the place of the seat, and 200 lions stood before the stays. And 12 lions stood there on the one side, and on the upon the other there were 6 steps. There was not the like made in any kingdom. And the king and all King Solomon's drinking vessels were of gold.
Of what?
Were of gold.
So all of his drinking vessels were made of pure gold. Read.
And all the vessels of the house of the forest of Lebanon were of pure gold. None were of silver.
None were what?
None were of silver.
So silver ain't good enough for Solomon. Everything was pure gold. Silver is not good enough for him. We know that wars have been started over silver, but that ain't even good enough for his kingdom. Read.
It was nothing accounted for in the days of Solomon.
It was what?
It was nothing accounted of in the days of Solomon.
So in another passage, it tells you that silver was like rocks, that you would kick it because it's like a rock. This is what it was accounted to in his days. Keep going.
For the king had...
Remember, it told you that in, what is that? Corinthians, it says about wisdom having meekness to it. Right? Read.
For the king had at sea a navy of Tarshish with the navy of Hiram. 1 and 3 years came the navy of Tarshish, bringing gold and silver, ivory, and apes and peacocks. So King Solomon exceeded all the kings of the earth for riches and for wisdom. And all the earth sought to Solomon to hear his wisdom.
To do what?
To hear his wisdom.
Read.
Which Elohim had put in his heart. And they brought every man his present, vessels of silver and vessels of gold, and garments and armor and spices, horses and mules, a rate year by year. And Solomon gathered together the chariots and horsemen.
What did you get?
Chariots and horsemen.
So he has chariots and horsemen. Where was he not supposed to get horses from? And he wasn't supposed to multiply them, right? Read.
And he had 1,400 chariots and 12,000 horsemen, which he bestowed in the cities for chariots, and with the king at Jerusalem. And the king made silver to be in Jerusalem as stones.
As what?
As stones.
Read.
And cedars made he to be as the sycamore trees that were in the vale for abundance. And Solomon had horses brought out of Egypt.
Brought out of where?
Out of Egypt.
He says, to depart from evil is understanding. What is he going to? He's going to the evil. Directly, he has multiplied the silver and gold. Now, He has got the horses. He didn't get them from Arabia. He didn't get them from Canada. He got them from where? From Egypt. You going directly against what was commanded you. Read.
And Solomon had horses brought out of Egypt and linen yarn. The king's merchants received the linen yarn at a price. And a chariot came up and went out of Egypt for 600 shekels of silver.
Let's go to the next chapter, chapter 11.
1 Kings 11, verse 1. But King Solomon loved many strange women.
He did what?
Love of many strange women.
What was he supposed to multiply? One more time before we read. Horses, wives, and what else? Silver and gold. He has already broken 2 of them, right? To read.
But King Solomon loved many strange women, together with the daughter of Pharaoh, women of the Moabites, Ammonites, Edomites, Zidonians, and Hittites. Of the nations concerning which Yahuwah has said unto the children of Israel, you shall not go into them, neither shall that come unto you. For surely they will turn away your heart.
They're going to do what?
They shall turn away your heart.
They're going to turn away your heart from following me. Read.
After their Elohim. Solomon clave unto these in love. And he had 700 wives.
How many?
700 wives.
Read.
Princesses. And 300 concubines.
And how many?
300 concubines.
Read.
And his wives turned away his heart.
They did what?
And his wives turned away his heart.
The fear of Yah is wisdom, and to depart from evil is what? Understanding. But what if you reverse it? What if you go to the evil? What does that make you? A foolish person, right? But what is Solomon known for? His wisdom. Which one is he? Is he really wise or is he a fool? How come nobody can't see this when it comes to Solomon? Why can't the world see this? Because of what? His statue. It means you can clearly see the evil on him, but because you like him, you overlook it. Guess what the Antichrist is going to be? The same way. You see the evil on him, but because you like him, because he handsome, because he the guy, because he him, you'll overlook it. And if you overlook it, guess where you're going to end up at? You're going to end up somewhere you don't want to be. Because you're going to see it. It's the same thing with all of these leaders that done all this foul behavior, and people act like they don't see it. You turn a blind eye to it, and you keep following them, even though you see the evil in them. Women have seen the evil in the dope boy and the guy and still run after him. He's so excited he was getting that shot at. Ooh, what are you talking about? This don't make sense. You see it, act like you don't see it. When we can clearly see he broke everything that Yah directly put forward. Everything. He linked to the 666. He's the first mention of it. And everybody that I taught this lesson about 5-6 years ago was up at arms with me, mad. You can't put your mouth on the I didn't. I'm only telling you what the book said. Everything we talking about, we reading it directly out of the book. He told them up front, if you do this, it's going to turn your heart away from following me. Soon as it got to the 666, that's when Solomon's heart starts switching up right then and there. Before that verse, he was doing all right. Everything was good. Soon as it got to the 666, he starts switching up. Everything became proud. It was about what he can get and how he was doing it and bringing in all of these different things. So we finna really comb through these things and see. Let's get 1 Kings chapter 4, verse 1.
The book of 1 Kings chapter 4, verse 1. So King Solomon was king over all Israel, and these were the princes which he had. Azariah, the son of...
Skip down to verse 6.
Verse 6. And Asishar was over the household, and Adariam was son of Abda, was over the tribute.
He was over what?
Over the tribute.
Over the tribute. Anybody, what does tribute mean? Taxes, tribute. Look that word up for me, y'all, if you got that. So he wanted to get the full meaning of this. Said that he was over the tribute.
Masmis, gang or body of forced laborers.
What is it again?
Gang or body of forced laborers.
So this tribute means a gang, a body of forced labor. If you force labor upon somebody, what is these people to you? Slaves, right? So Solomon got this man that he just mentioned, he's over the tribute. He's over the slavery or the forced labor. But when you think of Solomon, do you think of anything like this about forced labor? You don't, right? Because all we think about is he was the man. He's the man that every man growing up was looking up to and wanting to be like because he had all the stuff, right? The women would love him, and all men wanted to be like him. He is the prototype of, yeah. So this means a gang, a band of forced labor. So Solomon has somebody that's over the forced labor. Read on.
And Solomon had 12 officers over all Israel.
Over what?
Over all Israel.
So we're going to see he split Israel up into 12 different groups. Read.
Which provided victuals for the king and his household. Each man his month and a year made provision.
So what does this mean? He split it up into 12 divisions, and he says each month they provided, read that verse one more time.
And Solomon had 12 officers over all Israel, which provided victuals for the king and his household.
They provided victuals for the king and for his household. What does that mean they were doing for him? So each month, every tribe had to provide for him and his household food. How is that against the law? If we know the law, it's only one group that was supposed to be provided for. The Levites. Where does it tell you that this is supposed to happen for a king? It don't. So he has came in and implemented something. David never had this. Saul was wicked. Saul never done this. We're going to see just how much he had. Read that verse one more time.
And Solomon had 12 officers over all Israel, which provided victuals for the king and his household. each man his month, in a year made provision.
And a year made provisions. Jump down to verse 21.
Verse 21, and Solomon reigned over all kingdoms, from the river unto the land of the Philistines.
Hold on. He reigned over Israel.
He reigned over all kingdoms, from the river unto the land of the Philistines.
So I want y'all to see, he don't just reign over Israel. He reigned over what again?
All kingdoms.
So all kingdoms from a certain point. So he's over other kings. I want y'all to keep that in mind. He's not just over Israel, he's over other kings. Read.
And unto the border of Egypt they brought presents, and served Solomon all the days of his life.
How long they do this?
All the days of his life.
So the other kings of the earth is bringing presents and gifts to Solomon. How did he get them to do this? How did he get these people, the other kings, to bow down to him and to come in? And it's talking about tribute. So they were paying tribute to him as well. Read. Read about verse 22.
21, yeah, okay. And Solomon reigned over all kingdoms, from the river unto the land of the Philistines, and unto the border of Egypt. They brought presents, all of his presents, and served Solomon all the days of his life. And Solomon's provision for one day was 30 measures of fine flour.
So remember, each tribe had to provide for him every day for a month. Let's look at what he ate on a daily, him in his house. Read.
And Solomon's provision for one day was 30 measures of fine flour, and 60 measures of meal, 10 fat oxen.
How many?
10 fat oxen.
So every day for the month, he had 10 fat oxen. Read.
And 20 oxen out of the pastures, and 100 sheep.
How many?
100 sheep.
Does this sound like excess? Yeah. Read.
Besides harts and roebucks and fallow deer and fatted fowl.
This is enough food to feed a small city. This what he was doing every day. Not when this wasn't a special occasion. This what he was doing every day. Read.
For he had dominion over all the region on this side of the river, from Tifsaph unto Azah, unto the kings of this side of the river, and he had peace on all sides round about him.
He had what?
He had peace on all sides round about him.
So when Solomon is there, he is clearly going away from Yah, but they are in what?
Peace.
They are in peace. Hold that. Get me Revelation chapter 6, verse 1.
The book of Revelation chapter 6, verse 1. And I saw when the Lamb opened one of the seals, and I heard, as it were, the noise of thunder, one of the four beasts saying, Come and see. And I saw, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat upon him had a bow, and a crown was given unto him.
He said he had a what?
Had a bow.
He had a bow, but notice it's no arrow. He has a bow, but no arrow. Read.
And a crown was given unto him, and he went forth conquering.
He went forth doing what?
Went forth conquering and to conquer.
So how was he conquering? He got a bow, but it has no arrows. How is he conquering? What is he using? He's using peace. Read.
And when he had opened the second seal, I heard the second beast say, Come and see. And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth.
To take what from the earth?
To take peace upon the earth.
So that means that the first one had what? Peace, because this one has come to take the peace from the earth. Remember, it says he's going to destroy the people by peace. The same way Solomon was destroying the people with peace, because everybody is following after him and going away from Yah. Let's get 1 Kings chapter 5, verse 13. Get your definitions with this. 1 Kings chapter 5 and verse 13.
The book of 1 Kings chapter 5, verse 13. And King Solomon raised a levy.
He raised a what?
Raised a levy out of all Israel.
Out of what?
Out of all Israel.
He raised a levy out of all of Israel. Read.
And the levy was 30,000 men.
How many?
30,000 men.
30,000 men out of all of Israel. Look that levy up right quick. What does that mean?
Masmis, gang or body of forced laborers.
So what is he doing to our people right here? Slaves, right? But Solomon ain't known for this though, right? But it's right in the book. So right here, he just raised up 30,000 men out of Israel, and he's giving them into forced labor. Where did the first place that we see forced labor in the text, in this book? In the scriptures itself. Back in Egypt. And instead of using this word levy, which is the same word, they use taskmasters. So let's take away levy and put taskmasters there, because that's the word that's there.
And King Solomon raised taskmasters out of all Israel.
There it go.
And the taskmasters were 30,000 men.
So he got slavery going on in Israel, just like we're going to see that the beast is going to have slave labor going on. So Solomon is actually making Jerusalem like Egypt. Let's get 1 Kings chapter 12, verse 11.
The book of 1 Kings chapter 12, verse 11. And now whereas my father did laid with you a heavy yoke.
So this is Solomon's son after Solomon has been stripped of the kingdoms. Solomon is actually the reason why we are scattered all over the earth. The reason that we came on them ships is from what Solomon did. Read.
And now whereas my father did lay you with a heavy yoke, I will add to your yoke. My father hath chastised you with whips, but I will chastise you with scorpions.
So he says, my father chastised y'all with what? With whips. But I'm going to chastise y'all with scorpions. That comes to them things that they beat Mashiach with, which would rip your skin off when they hit you. He's saying, I'm going to make it even worse than what my daddy Solomon did to y'all. The Antichrist is going to be the exact same way. Come into peace and trick you. But Solomon has made Jerusalem like Egypt. Revelation chapter 11, verse 8.
The book of Revelation chapter 11, verse 8. And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom, and Egypt.
Called what?
Which spiritually is called Sodom, and Egypt.
He's talking about Jerusalem here, which is spiritually called Sodom and Egypt. So he is doing the same thing that Solomon is doing. And the reason why it's talking about Egypt here is because of the slavery that's going to take place in there. All the people that follow after him, at first it's going to be peaceable, and then it's going to turn into this same exact way. That's why all this is written. 1 Kings chapter 9. verse 19.
The book of 1 Kings, chapter 9, verse 19. And all the cities of store that Solomon had, and cities for his chariots, and cities for his horsemen.
Notice he got cities for his stuff. He don't got a little storage place on the corner. He got cities to store his stuff in. Read that again.
And all the cities of store that Solomon had, and cities for his chariots, and cities for his horsemen, and that which Solomon desired to build in Jerusalem, and in Lebanon, and in all the land of his dominion. And the people that were left of the Amorites, Hittites, Pezerites, Hivites, and Jebusites, which were not the children of Israel. Their children that were left after them in the land, with whom the children of Israel also were not able to utterly destroy, upon these did Solomon levy a tribute.
He did what?
He did levy a tribute.
This is the forced labor thing again. Read.
Of bond service until this day. But of the
what is it?
Of bond service until this day.
Of bond service until this day. So he put the rest of these people that was there, he made them slaves. He wasn't a good guy. Exodus chapter 1, verse 11.
The book of Exodus chapter 1, verse 11. Therefore, they did set over them taskmasters.
Set over them what?
Taskmasters.
That's the same word as that levy or the tribute. Read.
To afflict them with their burdens.
With what?
With their burdens.
To afflict them with their burdens. This is the exact same thing Solomon is doing. Let's get Revelation chapter 13, verse 2.
The book of Revelation chapter 13 and verse 2. And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, and his feet were as the feet of a bear, and his mouth as the mouth of a lion. And the dragon gave to him his power and his seat and great authority.
What did he get? Read that again.
And the dragon gave him his power and his seat and great authority.
So where does the Antichrist get his power from? The dragon. I want you to remember this. It says that the Antichrist gets his power and his strength from the dragon. One more time, where you get it from?
The dragon.
The dragon. Y'all ain't saying that right because you're only going to get it. One more time, where you get his power from?
Dragon.
The dragon. Keep that in mind. Solomon has turned Jerusalem like Egypt. Solomon has turned Jerusalem like Egypt. He's doing the same thing. Now the dragon gets, the Antichrist gets his power from the dragon. Let's see. Let's get Ezekiel chapter 29, verse 3. Ezekiel 29 and verse 3.
The book of Ezekiel chapter 29 and verse 3. Speak and say, thus saith the sovereign Yahuwah, behold, I am against thee, Pharaoh king of Egypt.
Pharaoh who?
King of Egypt.
Pharaoh king of Egypt. Read.
The great dragon that lieth.
The great what?
The great dragon that lieth in the midst.
So they are linking Egypt to what? The dragon. Where did the Antichrist get his power from? The dragon. Egypt is linked with the dragon. To keep this in mind. Isaiah 51, verse 9.
The book of Isaiah chapter 51 and verse 9. Awake, awake, and put on strength, O arm of Yahuwah. Awake as in the ancient days, in the generations of old. Art thou not it that have cut out? Art thou not it that have cut Rahab and wounded the dragon?
And wounded who?
Wounded the dragon.
And wounded the dragon. Where did Solomon get his military might from? Where did he get his horses and his chariots from? Egypt. That would be his power. So he actually got his power from who? The dragon. The same way that the Antichrist got his power from the dragon, Solomon gets his power from the dragon. Egypt is known as the dragon. Ezekiel 29 verse 3, one more time.
Book of Ezekiel chapter 29 and verse 3. Speak and say, thus saith the sovereign Yahuwah, behold, I am against thee, Pharaoh king of Egypt, the great dragon that lieth in the midst of his rivers.
The life what?
In the midst of his rivers.
In the midst of his river. In Revelation 13 it says, who can make war with the beast? Why couldn't anybody make war with Solomon? What would make him powerful? He had something that would make him powerful, even though he never used it. He got the wisdom. What did he get from Egypt? Horses. What were the horses for? For war. He had abundance of it. 40,000 this and this many chariots. You would be afraid to make war with him. He got all of the stuff. So the Antichrist is the same way. Says, who can make war with him? You wouldn't. Remember, he comes to destroy with peace. Got his horses directly from Egypt. That's his military might. So with all of the wisdom and the wealth and the power that Solomon has acquired, it has turned him away from Yah. And it shows you that having money, wisdom, and women in power is nothing if you depart away from Yah. It's all null and void. It means absolutely nothing if you got to get it and you go away from him. So Adam and Eve had more than enough, right? Because they could eat from where? Every tree except for one. So you had way more than enough. What did Solomon receive up front when he asked for the blessing? Let's get 2 Chronicles 1 verse 11.
The book of 2 Chronicles chapter 1 verse 11. And Elohim said to Solomon, because this was in thine heart, and thou hast not asked riches, wealth, or honor, nor the life of thine enemies, neither hast asked long life, but hast asked wisdom and knowledge for thyself, that thou mayest judge my people, over whom I have made thee king.
Read.
Wisdom and knowledge is granted unto thee, and I will give thee riches and wealth and honor, such as none of the kings have had that have been before thee, neither shall there any after thee have the like.
So right here, you didn't even ask for this. He gave it to you up front. So what need is it for him to multiply the silver and the gold? You already had more than enough. You already had more than enough. But this thing come in, it make you go above and beyond. It consumes you with more. It is the disease of more. Nothing is never enough. How much money does Elon Musk need? How much do he need? He got enough money to give everybody $1 billion apiece. But it's the disease of more. And it's to show you that you would throw away everything for nothing. That's what you got to look at with Adam and Eve. They threw away everything for nothing. This is the Solomon is the same exact way. Let's get Luke chapter 12, verse 15. Luke chapter 12 and verse 15.
The book of Luke, chapter 12, verse 13.
15.
15, I'm sorry. And he said unto them, take heed and beware of covetousness.
Beware of what?
Beware of covetousness.
Look that word covetousness up, because it's not what we think. The way that we think of coveting in the Old Testament is you desire somebody else's stuff and you try to take their stuff. But let's see what this one means.
Greedy desire to have more.
To do what?
Greedy desire to have more.
Is that not what happened to Adam and Eve? Greedy desire to have what?
More.
To have more. You already have everything, but you will throw away everything for nothing. It's the saying, a bird in hand is better than two in the bush. What's this saying trying to get across to you? So you got the one bird in your hand and up in it. Oh, but then guess what? The other two birds get away. You lost everything. This is what Adam and Eve went through. They lost the sure thing trying to get everything when you already had more than enough. So beware of covetousness. What that definition is again?
Greedy desire to have more. Covetousness. Avarice.
Greedy desire to have more. Remember this lesson, B always teach about the rich man. It's easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than a rich man to get into the kingdom. What's the analysis that he always give? What that means? So the parable, when he talking to the rich man and he says it is easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter into the kingdom of Shamayim. It's an analysis be always used every time he's talking about this. You have to do what? You have to unload. So the camel has to, if he try to go through with all the stuff on his back, he cannot fit through the door. In order to get in, the camel has to bow down, but he can't because he got too much stuff on him. What has Solomon has acquired? Stuff. I want you to keep this in mind. You will throw away everything for nothing. Keep this in mind. Read on.
Take heed and beware of covetousness, for a man's life consisteth not in the abundance of the things which he possesseth.
He says a man's life does not consist in the abundance of the things that he possesses. So we see the Forbes magazines and come out and says this person is worth $500 million. And the way they determine this, off of his assets, not off of his money. So he got 10 Rolls Royces and this, and the third. So they determine that you are worth this because it's all about what you have obtained. So you ask certain people their name and they say, oh, I'm Dr. Such and Such. I didn't ask you what you do. I asked you your name. Why did you tell me that you were a doctor? Why are you wearing your scrubs outside? You want me to know. So it's about the abundance of the things, but he's telling you that it's not about this. Read.
And he spake a parable unto them, saying, the ground of a certain rich man.
The ground of who?
The ground of a certain rich man brought forth plentifully. And he brought within himself, saying, what shall I do? Because I have no more room where to bestow my fruits.
I have no more what?
I have no more room where to bestow my fruits.
Where did Solomon store his stuff at? It said he had cities for it. Keep this in mind. I got cities for all of my stuff. I got a city for my horses and my chariots. I got a city for all my silver and my gold. I got a city for this. A certain rich man, read.
And he said, this will I do. I will pull down my barns and build greater, and there will I bestow all my fruits and my goods. And I will say unto my soul, soul, thou hast much goods laid up for many years. Take thine rest, take thine ease, eat, drink, and be merry.
Hold on, read that last part again.
Soul, thou hast much goods laid up for many years. Take thine ease.
Take thy what?
Take thine ease.
Take thine ease and do what?
Eat, drink, and be merry.
Eat. I want y'all to focus on that. He says, eat, drink, and be merry. Who said that? Where's Mashiach getting this from? Who said this? Somebody directly said this. Y'all should know who we talking about. Who was it? Solomon. Because this whole parable is about him. Because he is the one that's most like the Antichrist out of all the book. Let's get Ecclesiastes chapter 8, verse 15.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 8, verse 15. Then I commended mirth, because a man have no better thing under the sun than to eat and to drink and to be merry.
Ain't that what Mashiach just said? He said this. No greater thing than to eat, drink, and to be merry. Now, before Solomon was going to die, it was something that he was worried about. What y'all think he was worried about? He's worried about what? His stuff. But what was he worried about with his stuff? He was worried about who was going to get his stuff. Because you can't take it with you, right? So Solomon is worried about who going to get my stuff. All of this stuff that I have amassed, I'm worried about who going to get it. Get Ecclesiastes chapter 2, verse 19.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 2, verse 19. And who knoweth whether he shall be a wise man or a fool? Yet shall he have rule over all my labor wherein I have labored.
Read that again.
And who knoweth whether he shall be a wise man or a fool? Yet shall he have rule over all my labor wherein I have labored.
So he's worried about who coming after him and getting all of his stuff. But a righteous man is already supposed to have what for his children? An inheritance. So he's supposed to already have it set up that his children are supposed to get it. But he worried, will he be a wise man or will he be a fool? I'm really, really worried about who going to get my stuff. I really should burn it up before I die so nobody can get my stuff. This is what he worried about. Let's go back to the parable. Let's go back. Luke chapter 12, pick it up at verse 19.
The book of Luke chapter 12, verse 19. And I would say to my soul, Soul, thou hast much goods laid up for many years. Take thine ease, eat, drink, and be merry.
Read.
But Yahuwah said unto him, Thou fool, this night thy soul shall be required of thee. Then whose shall these things be which thou hast provided?
Read it again, clearer.
But Yahuwah said unto him, Thou fool.
What did he call him?
Thou fool.
So it says that to depart from evil is what? Understanding. And the fear of Yah is wisdom. He did everything go against them. And the opposite of wisdom is what? A fool. So what is he calling Solomon right here? You are a fool because you went against everything that you knew that I gave you directly. Read.
But Yahuwah said unto him, Thou fool, this night thy soul shall be required of thee. Then whose shall those things be which thou hast provided?
Who gonna get your stuff? So hold this what we got. We're gonna see now the mark of the beast. Why is everybody so afraid of the mark of the beast? What's really the fear factor behind the mark of the beast? Say it louder. Food. Everybody is worried about how am I going to feed my family? How am I, if I can't buy and sell, don't hold them like that first. If I can't provide food, how I have to participate in the system. We have to eat. This is what it comes down to. This is why everybody is super afraid of the mark of the beast. Because I have to be able to feed my family. Luke 12:22.
The book of Luke chapter 12, verse 22. And he said unto his disciples, Therefore I say unto you, take no thought for your life, what ye shall eat, neither for the body.
Notice what he says. The same thing that everybody is super afraid about is the food and how I'm going to provide for my family. He come right back after this and say, do what? Read.
Take no thought for your life, what ye shall eat, neither for the body, what ye shall put on. The life is more than meat, the body is more than raiment.
It is what?
The body is more than raiment.
Read.
Consider the ravens, for they neither sow nor reap, which neither have storehouse nor barn, and Yahuwah freely feedeth them. How much more are ye better than the fowls?
So the filthy raven that's a scavenger don't have a job. It don't work nowhere, but y'all provide for it. Because that's what everybody's really afraid of, the mark of the beast. Read.
And which of you taking thought can add to his stature 1 cubit? If ye then, being not able to do that thing which is least, why take ye thought of the rest? Consider the lilies, how they grow.
To show you that this is parable is about who I said it's about, it's going to show you in a minute. Read.
They toil not, they spin not, and yet I say unto you that Solomon in all of his glory,
That who in all of his glory?
that Solomon in all of his glory
Read.
was not arrayed like one of these.
To
Yep.
bring it home, to let you know that this parable is talking about him, which is again linking him directly to the mark of the beast. Read.
If then Yahuwah so clothe the grass, which is today in the field, and tomorrow is cast into the oven, how much more will he clothe you, O ye of little faith?
Oh, you of what?
Little faith.
Oh, you of little faith. Read on.
And seek not what ye shall eat, nor what ye shall drink, neither be ye of doubtful mind.
Now, of what?
Of doubtful mind.
So when we were in the wilderness, what were we complaining about over and over? Food. And what did Yah show you I can do? Food fell out the sky. What are you worried about? He come to the New Testament, he says, your fathers did eat manna in the wilderness and they are dead. I am the bread which comes down from Shamayim. And also he took a couple of fish and a couple of loaves of bread and did what? Why are you worried about this? The reason you are worried about it is because you ain't right inside. You haven't fully departed from evil. When you depart from evil, all of this will go out the window. The fear factor will go out because you already know that he going to take care of you because he already did it. He already showed this to you over and over and over again. So the Antichrist is going to be over the food just like Solomon was over the economy, took control over every bit of it. He's going to take control of it the same type of way. And you're going to have to come to him if you ain't right with Yah, and you're going to have to go through him. And guess what? He's going to make you eat something that's forbidden, just like he did with who? Adam and Eve. You're going to have to eat something that is forbidden. This is why he has a law in his book that directly tells you not to eat this and not to eat this. So another picture of the Antichrist is Antiochus Epiphanes. He directly sacrificed a pig in the temple. Same thing. All of these stories are written for our learning, for us to know exactly what to do and what not to do. So he's going to be over the treasures like Solomon. He's going to start out in peace, bring you in, and then he's going to flip and put you in bondage and slavery. Same way Solomon did. But I want y'all to remember, when he come, this is the king that who asked for? We did. In the book, 1 Samuel, we said, Yah, we don't want you. We don't want you to reign over us. Give us a king like all the other nations. And before he gave the king, what did he say? He says, it's not against you, Samuel. They are against me. They have rejected me from ruling over them. He says, now go to him and protest to him and tell him, if you get this king, this how he gonna be. He gonna whoop y'all. He gonna put you in slavery. He gonna do all these mean, nasty things to you. He warned us beforehand. And what we say? After he warned you, this guy gonna be cruel. He gonna be mean. He gonna make your sons slaves. He's going to make your daughters confectionaries and cooks. What did we still say? We still want him. So when he come, just like Solomon, you're going to finally get what you asked for. Be careful what you wish for. You just might get it. Revelation chapter 12, verse 14.
The book of Revelation, chapter 12, verse 14. And to the woman were given 2 wings of a great eagle, that she might fly into the wilderness, into her place, where she is nourished for a time.
What is nourished? Fed. So if you right, why would you be worried about it? Because he's telling you, I got you. I'm going to take you and put you in the place of safety, and I'm going to nourish you. I'm going to feed you for how long?
For a time and times and half a time.
That is the 3.5-year period of the tribulation. If you there, you don't got to worry about anything happening to you. So it says that Solomon raised up a tribute. One more script, a tribute. Let's get, what is that? Hold on 1 second. Show you a little bit further how this works. One moment. Matthew chapter 22. So Solomon actually had them people worshiping him. Let's get on Matthew 22, verse 15.
The book of Matthew, chapter 22, verse 15. Then went the Pharisees and took counsel how they may entangle him in his talk. And they sent out unto him their disciples with the Herodians, saying, Rabbi, we know that thou art true, and teachest the way of Elohim in truth. Neither carest thou for any man, for thou regardest not the person of men. Tell us, therefore, what sayest thou? Is it lawful to give tribute unto Caesar or not?
Is it lawful to do what?
To give tribute unto Caesar or not?
So we see this, they asking, is it lawful to give tribute unto Caesar? They trying to entangle him. They trying to trip him up. Read.
But Yahushua perceived their wickedness and said, Why tempt ye me, ye hypocrites?
You what?
Ye hypocrites.
Why do you tempt me, you hypocrites? Read.
Show me the tribute money.
Do what?
Show me the tribute money.
It's showing you that Mashiach didn't have it. He say, show it to me. Show me what you talking about. Show me the tribute money. Read.
And they brought unto him a penny.
They did what?
They brought unto him a penny.
Read.
And he said unto them, Who is this image and superscription?
So he says, who picture on this money? Who face is on this money? Ask yourself, who face is on the money that you got? And what does it say on the money? And what? And God we trust. What God is that you trust? Is it the man that's on the money that you trust? Or is it talking about Yah? Right. I want you to think of how many people for the love of money is what?
The root of all kinds of evil.
What was Solomon consumed with? His money, his wealth, and all of these things. So remember, he had the people paying tribute to him. Read verse 20 one more time.
And he said unto them, whose is this image and superscription?
And subscription. What is that? It was something that was written on the coin. What y'all think was written on that coin? Definitely his name, but it's something else. Read on. It's going to show you something with this next verse.
Then say unto him, Caesar's. They say unto him, Caesar's. Then saith he unto them, render therefore unto Caesar the things which are Caesar's, and unto Elohim the things that are Elohim's.
So what belongs to Caesar? The money. But then he says, but render unto Yah what belongs to Yah. What belongs to Yah? What only should be given to Yah. You keep saying praise. Worship. To take this coin, it was showing that it was about worship. This money came with worship. That's what this is showing you. That's why he's saying, render unto Caesar what belongs to Caesar, and render unto Yah what belongs to him. So it's showing you that this money came with worship. The same thing gonna go for the end. Solomon had a tribute to these people, and they were worshiping him. That's why all of them bowed down and gave a kingdom to him. The same way that they're going to do with the Antichrist. He's going to have some money with his face on it. Same way. And eventually, he's going to make you get down or lay down. Because it's going to be peaceful at first. So you can see this with Nebuchadnezzar. Before he made the image, and they said, we're going to make a decree. And they said, everybody from this point forward, whosoever fall not down in front of the image shall be killed. Daniel and them was a part of the government. And all of a sudden, he switched it up on them. And now he says, if you don't worship the image of the beast, kill them. Same thing going to come with this. So the Antichrist, Solomon, is the closest person that resembles him. And it's 17 other ones that are like him as well. But Solomon fit more boxes than anybody else. And his 666 is only mentioned one other time in the book, and is linked to a man named Adonikim. This is what I believe the Antichrist's name will be. I ain't dogmatic on it, but that's what I believe his name will be, Adonikim. And with that, this court is adjourned.
Love it, hate it. Want to hear about the other 17 next week? Any questions?
Go ahead. Say it again. Pride. So, what feeds pride or ego? It's stuff that does it. You strip the stuff down, shrink. Right. Soon as you get the more stuff that comes in, the more it builds up. Right? Mm-hmm. Anything on the?
No questions. Nope.
So again, we'll go through the patterns and to show you how from the beginning the sixes has been there, and the food is always the catalyst to rear you in to it. So when you thinking about when we came into Egypt, he got us to come there with a famine, right? Led us to Egypt during a famine. And the people says, we will sell ourselves in order to eat. It's always over the belly. Get control of the food, I got the people. Before I get them, all I got to do is get them to walk away from Yah, offer them things. Because we think that the things make us. That's why he offered Mashiach the kingdoms of the world, and he turned it down straight out.
I got it. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Just so the people on the street can hear your question.
I know, I forgot. It was good too. It was a good question.
Come back to it.
Okay, yes. But it was so good. Dang, it was so good.
If you remember it, just bring it right back up.
I was just thinking. You was talking about the peace. And I was thinking what we're going to be doing at that time, possibly preaching the word, believing in the Most High. To them that want this peace, we're going to be disrupting that peace.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You're going against it. You're going to be the enemy that's causing their fake peace to go away. Let's see it. Let's get on Revelation chapter 11. I'm glad you asked that. Revelation chapter 11, pick it up at about verse 5.
The book of Revelation, chapter 11 and verse 5. And if any man will hurt them, fire proceedeth out of their mouth, and devoureth their enemies.
This is the two witnesses that will be prophesying. These are Yah's men, right? Now, why would anybody want to hurt men of Yah? Don't seem right. Seems like you should be going after the wicked. But the people are going to come after the righteous. Read.
And if any man will hurt them, he must in this manner be killed. These have power to shut heaven, that it rain not.
That it what?
That it rain not.
So they got power to shut the heavens, that it rain not. Read.
That it rain not in the days of their prophecy, and have power over waters to turn them to blood, and to smite the earth with all plagues as often as they will.
As what?
As often as they will.
Often as they will. So as many times as they want to bring a plague and stop the crops from growing, and if you stop the people's crops from growing, what would people think about you? That you evil, right? But this is Yah's men. Read.
And when they shall have finished their testimony, the beast that ascendeth out of the bottomless pit shall make war against them.
He gonna do what?
Shall make war against them.
He's gonna make war against them. Read.
And shall overcome them and kill them.
Do what to him?
Overcome them and kill them.
Read.
And their dead bodies shall lie in the streets of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt.
This is in Jerusalem that this takes place. Read.
Where our master was crucified. And they of the people and kindreds and tongues and nations shall see their dead bodies 3 days and a half,
Read.
and they shall not suffer their dead bodies to be put in graves. And they that dwell upon the earth shall rejoice
They're
over
gonna do what?
shall rejoice over them.
Now, why are they rejoicing over the two witnesses being killed? Why would you rejoice? There's somewhere in Ecclesiastes that says, rejoice not when your enemy falls. Why are they rejoicing over the two witnesses being murdered?
Because the witnesses wasn't disrupting what they think is peace.
Exactly. Exactly. Read on.
And they that dwell upon the earth shall rejoice over them and make merry.
And do what?
And make merry.
And make merry. Read.
And shall send gifts one to another, because these two prophets tormented them that dwelt on the earth.
So, what time of year is this? That's exactly what we originally thought. But if we stay within the Bible, it'll tell you exactly when this is. So it says, because what they believe is the two evil men have been killed, the people make merry and they send gifts one to another. Let's hold this. Let's get Esther, chapter 9. There was a wicked man named Haman that was persecuting us. Pick it up at verse 22.
The book of Esther, chapter 9, verse 22. As the days wherein the Yahudim rested from their enemies.
Rested from what?
Rested from their enemies.
So they think that they getting rest from their enemies. Read.
And the month which was turned unto them from sorrow to joy.
From what?
From sorrow to joy.
The two witnesses was telling them Yah's word, and it was tormenting them, and they killed them. So now they think that the two wicked men have died, just like Haman was a wicked man. Read.
And from mourning into a good day, that they should make them days of feasting and joy, and of sending portions one to another, and gifts to the poor.
This is Purim, that this actually takes place. That's when this is actually taking place, but it's an inverted, wicked one. This is right. In Revelation, when they do it, it's wickedness because you celebrating the death of the two witnesses. Here, they are celebrating the death of Haman, which was trying to kill all of us. He sent out the decree that everybody had to bow down to him. So this feasting right here, it means drink banquet. So it's eating and drinking, and they were giving gifts out in this. So it's showing us when Revelation takes place, it's an inverted, wicked Purim that our people is actually celebrating in Revelation chapter 11. Absolutely. Go ahead.
I'm touching on what you said about food. Why would Satan tempt Yahweh Shai? He didn't know who he was?
He knew exactly who he was. But remember, He had just did what for 40 days?
Before the fasting. So he thought that he was so hungry that he would.
Exactly. You so hungry right now, you're going to do it.
Right.
Because I want us to think about this. I don't think none of us really been hungry.
Yeah.
You might have, oh, I ain't ate all day, I'm starving. It's a difference when you ain't have time to eat, of being, we don't have no food, to where you say, I'm tempted to go and eat out the garbage can, right? When you see some homeless people doing this, that mean they really, really hungry. So imagine you ain't ate in 3 to 4 days, and the Annie throwing them pork chops. Eat
Right.
all that you like, right?
Yeah. Like the gentleman who gave the man who gave his birthright up, because he was so hungry.
Esau, which again threw away everything for nothing. That's the whole point of it, is you'll throw away everything for nothing. No problem.
My great granny used to always say, boy, you ain't hungry. You just want something to eat. I couldn't say I was hungry.
What's the other way? If you were hungry, you would eat what?
And
You would eat the spaghetti.
5 days later.
We used to eat spaghetti sandwiches.
I had a comment.
Go ahead.
So like the whole concept of was it destroying with peace, right? Is it destroying with peace?
Destroy and repeat.
What is it? Where does the scripture go exactly? He will destroy them with peace, or
Oh, that's
is it destroy?
basically. Let's get Daniel 8:25. Daniel 8:25.
The book of Daniel, chapter 8, verse 25. And through his policy, also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand, and he shall magnify himself in his heart,
Pride.
and by peace shall destroy many.
There you go, right there.
So like the thought is behind destruction. How do you destroy with peace? Like we think about like the civil rights movement and Martin Luther King. Like the people was deceived to think that this was a good thing. Not to say that they in the fact that they didn't see the bigger picture, that you was completely it would completely dismantle the black community. The end result of it. So the craftiness of the people who was really pushing the civil rights movement, you would think that it was funded and pushed by us.
Right.
But it really was the other side pushing and funding it, and it had us deceived to thinking that this was going to be a pleasant thing or a positive move.
Right.
Oh, we get to go to the same schools they get to go to. We get to, same thing with like integrating sports.
Right.
Like the thing with Jackie Robinson and the integrating sports. But the thing that we missed is the Negro League was a real business, a real organization, and a bunch of people lost their jobs when the league went out of business.
Right.
And a bunch of stuff that was being done in the black community just went away.
Absolutely.
And we don't see it from that side.
Right.
But the people who really quarterbacked that situation, they did it intentionally and made us believe that this was going to be so it's going to be, to me, that's what I conceptualize as destroying with peace. Like you're going to be deceived into thinking this is going to be a good thing.
Right.
So you're going to willfully do it.
Exactly.
And not only willfully do it, but promote it and push it.
Right.
And then in the end, by the time you look up, it's going to be like, oh, my goodness.
Yep.
It's a
What have
false
I
sense
done?
of security.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
That's so true because we learned that the Black Lives Matter, the NAACP, Martin Luther King, which is his name was Michael, it wasn't even Martin. We learned that all of those, who else?
Rosa Parks.
Yeah, Frederick Douglass. All of those guys, they were from the Boule. They all signed all the Greek lettering, all that stuff. They signed all that. So a lot of even the ancestry, all that stuff is led by Jews.
Right.
And we begged, like you said, we begged to be equal. When we were better than them.
Right.
And we begged to be we just want to be equal to you. And that was like to them, they were laughing in our face. Like, okay, you want to be equal, knowing that we are the Most High's children.
Absolutely. That's the thing. Because now we got our own buses. I don't want to ride that bus no more. I want to ride that one. I don't want to go to that restaurant that my grandmother and them owned. I want to be able to go to Spargo's with them. That's the whole thing. It's like he talking about, it's that destroying with peace. It's the same thing that they said the Pilgrims did to the Indians. Came with the peace. Here, y'all cold. Here, take these blankets. Ooh, oh my God, can't stop shaking it. Peace. It's the same thing. But that's what makes the wickedness so powerful, because you don't even view it as wickedness. You don't even see it as evil.
It's the same thing that Israel has done throughout Scripture, always trying to be with those that the Most High don't want us to be with. It's the same thing.
Absolutely. Wanting to be just like them. That's why we ask for that king. And at the end, you're going to get exactly who you asked for and who you wanted. He going to do you exactly like you wanted to be done. And he warned you up front, don't do it. Because that's what you're going to get. And once you get it, it's too late. I'm going to let him do what he's doing to you because I warned you up front.
And that's what, when the children of Israel first came out of Egypt, and was supposed to go right into the promised land, that's why the Most High had Moses emphasize, do not mix with them. Don't mix, don't mix, don't mix. Yep. And once they mixed.
Yep, absolutely. And that's what Solomon did. He married all of them women, which you wasn't supposed to mess with. None of them, especially not the Hittites, the Canaanites, the Perizzites, and none of them. He went in and married them on purpose.
We had learned also about Solomon, which broke my heart because I thought he was the hero because he was the smartest one. Well, at some point after he married the women and the Most High left the demons, something had happened where the demons were unlocked, and they ended up. Oh,
Yeah,
that was it.
It go with it because
Yeah.
a part of what was in the tree of knowledge and good and evil is witchcraft.
Yep.
That's in there.
Yeah.
So he asked for it so we can see that according to the scripture, Balaam was a witch.
Yeah.
Everybody that had this knowledge of good and evil, because everybody think that it means just wrong and right. It don't mean that. To know this knowledge means that you are controlling the elements and all type of different things. So Solomon definitely went off into that stuff.
Isn't that what they say? Open up Pandora's box. Wasn't that coined from what he did?
Yeah. So all of the quote unquote Freemasons hold him in high esteem from what he did. All of them hold him in high esteem because he went directly all the way away from Yah. And remember, he warned them. He came to him 2 times and warned them, don't do this. And then before David died, David gave him another warning. He says, if you go away from Yah, he's going to cast you into everlasting darkness if you do this. And he turned his wisdom off on purpose. He can't say that I didn't know. Like some stuff that we've done in our life, you can blame it on ignorance. He don't have the luxury to do that. No excuse for you to do any of the stuff you did. So the 666 is linked directly to him. And when he got that goal, that was the start of him walking away from Yah.
So with the 666, was that intentional, or was that intentional?
I think that's what he worked and got.
Mm-hmm.
So when John is reading this, he is going back to that number to link you back so you can look at Solomon. That's why I start off with, here is wisdom. Let him that have wisdom and understanding count the number of the beast. So if you know the Bible and you say 6, I saw that somewhere before. Oh, exactly. So he's putting it there for you to go back and look at it and see. And then if you understand Solomon's kingdom, you'll understand the Antichrist kingdom.
So it was recollection when he was talking about the 666, like just kind of putting it together.
Yeah, I mean, it's the revelation of Mashiach. So he is giving it to John in that way.
Oh, okay.
That's why all of that different stuff in there, everything in there, if you know the book, when it's talking about the plagues, and I'm going to cause this plague, and I'm going to bring fire from heaven, all you got to do is go back. Oh, that happened in Egypt. He said, I'm going to turn the water into blood. Oh, that happened in Egypt. Oh, frogs came out of the things. Oh, that happened in Egypt. It's going to automatically point you back to it. That's how it works. If you know them patterns in the book, all of the stuff will come crystal clear to you, because he worked in patterns. It's no one-offs. It's always a pattern. Boom, 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 to show you.
Is that when they say precept to precept? Is that where that comes from? Okay.
And that's again why he said that thing about there's nothing new under the sun. That which has been is that which shall be, and there's nothing new under the sun. Isaiah 47, he says, get that for me. I think that's Isaiah 47, about verse 9. I declare the end from the beginning. Declaring the end from the beginning.
But these two things shall come to the, Isaiah 47, 9.
Read that.
But these two things shall come to thee in a moment, in one day, the loss of children and widowhood.
I think I'm in the wrong spot. Hold on. Might be Isaiah 43. Hold on 1 second. 46?
I got it. The book of Isaiah, chapter 46, verse 10, declaring the end from...
Pick it up at verse 9.
Verse 9, remember the former things of old.
Remember what?
Remember the former things of old.
So he's letting you know to go back to the old in order to understand anything in Revelation or the Gospels. In order to really understand it, you got to go back to the Old Testament to fully understand it. Read.
For I am El, and there is none else. I am Elohim, and there is none like me. Declaring the end from the beginning.
Declaring what?
Declaring the end from the beginning.
So what's written in Genesis is actually talking about the end, what's in Revelation. You cannot understand what's in Revelation without knowing what's in Genesis. So it's telling you a story in Genesis, but it's pointing to something that's going to take place in the end times. Finish that out.
Declaring the end from the beginning, and from ancient times the things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure.
So again, declaring the end from the beginning, Genesis is pointing you to the end. Revelation is telling you, go back to Genesis so you can understand what's really happening here. When we're reading about the Gospels, Mashiach is getting everything that he's saying from this side of the book. Everything. And he ain't saying nothing new that's over here because it's already been said. He's just coming to make you understand it better, to make it clearer to you what he was talking about over here. So when we understand this, it makes the book way easier and way clearer. Anything else? All right.
All right. So, you know that we had New Year. Abib was observed and started on the 19th. So Passover is on its way. We will have Passover here on April 1st. The first day of unleavened bread will be April 2nd. We're wearing powder blue, light blue, and gray, silver, or white. That is going to be on the day of unleavened bread, not Passover. That's the day you show up in your finest. Is on the first day of unleavened bread. Yeah, I'm sorry, the second, yes. Passover is the first, and unleavened bread is the second, yes. The 2nd through the 8th. We'll be here every night. If you'd like to participate, there is a menu still going on. Sister Sakari, you can talk to her. She's over by the wall. Raise your hand again. And that is it. Remember to pray for Akji. He's not feeling well. The brother Daryl Dixon that comes with us all the time. I'm not sure if Maccabees are sick or not, but he wasn't able to come, so keep him in prayer as well. And I think that is it.
We gon' pray, we gon' pray, we gon' pray, we gon' pray, pray out, pray out, pray out, pray out. We gon' pray, we gon' pray, we gon' pray, we gon' pray, pray out, pray out.
If all minds are clear, Abiyahud, Father, we give you praise today and thanks. We thank you for your wisdom. Father, we thank you for giving understanding. Father, it is the interest of that word that bringeth light. Father, we thank you for your word today. We thank you for just your ruach. We thank you for your goodness and your faithfulness. Father, we pray for all those who may be sick. Brother Akji, Father, and Brother Daryl, we ask you to touch them and send your word and heal them, Father, under your healing wings, Father. We trust you and know, Father, we have such a great cloud of witnesses. Know that you're able to do so many things, Father, and we commit everything to you, Father. We ask that you keep us through the rest of the week or next week, Father, as we go to and fro. Keep us safe from hurt, harm, and danger, Father. Cover us, Father, under your wings, Father. We trust you, Father. We know that you will protect us, Father, and deliver us, Father, that we trust you and fear you. Father, we ask and pray that you just continue to allow our hearts to be hearts of flesh, Father, to worship you in Ruach and in truth, Father. We'll forever praise you and thank you through the name and authority of Yahushua HaMashiach. So be it.
Shamayim. Hallowed be your name.
Hallowed be thy name.
Your kingdom come.
Your kingdom come.
Your will be done.
Your will be done
In earth.
in earth
As is in Shamayim.
as is in Shamayim.
Give us this day
Give us this day
our daily bread.
our daily bread,
And forgive us our debts.
and forgive us our
As
debts
we forgive our debtors.
as we forgive our debtors.
And lead us not
Lead us not
into temptation.
into temptation,
But deliver us
but deliver us
from the evil one.
from the evil one.
For yours is the kingdom.
For yours is the kingdom
And the power.
and the power
And the esteem.
and the esteem
Forever.
forever.
So be it.
So be it.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.